So the Bitcoin halving has concluded, and now we are in a new era of crypto. But what does the recent Bitcoin halving event mean for your altcoin portfolio? I think it's fair to say that quite a few people that are new to crypto were expecting the Bitcoin halving event to be something that's going to blow up the crypto market, that we're going to see Bitcoin surge to all-time highs and the altcoin market is going to pump. And of course that didn't really happen. It's quite a common misunderstanding for people to have that the Bitcoin halving event is going to be bullish news in the short term, when in actuality, it's bullish in the long term. It just hasn't been realized yet. To give a brief explanation, the Bitcoin halving event is basically an increase in difficulty in mining the limited supply of Bitcoin. In fact, it's now twice as hard. So this means that the already short supply of Bitcoins that can be bought and sold in the market are now going to be even less, as Bitcoin miners are going to be able to produce less Bitcoins, which theoretically means a increase in the price. And I say theoretically because that is what it is. It's a theory. The same way inflation, in theory, increases the price of goods because it increases the supply. The Bitcoin halving event is basically the opposite of that. The generated supply is exponentially less. However, that doesn't mean that price is going to change overnight. It's more like laying the foundations out for the next bull run. A great example of something being true in theory but not being realized in practice in the short term is what happened during the CV-19 pandemic. Now, during that time, governments were printing money like it was nothing. Yet, despite that, the price of Bitcoin and altcoins reached their local all-time low. So despite the theory saying that this would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin, it didn't play out that way in the short term, but it sure as hell did in the long term. So as the decrease in generated supply of Bitcoin is going to be less, and this is going to be realized over the coming months and years, we are in theory going to see an increase in Bitcoin and an increase in the demand for altcoins. Let me tell you about Boss Token. Boss Token is a microcap deflationary token which reduces in supply over time. It will also have a use case to unlock premium features on Boss Track, a DeFi portfolio tracker. You can buy this coin early today at bosstoken.com. Going off the 4-year Bitcoin cycle theory, we can expect the peak of next bull run to be next year, around that time. And some estimates say that Bitcoin is going to reach around 200,000 plus in price. I think that's pretty conservative. What that would mean for your altcoin portfolio is more money sloshing around, more money going into smaller cap alts and trickling down even to the micro caps. You know, we saw in the peak of last bull run in 2021, when Bitcoin was at its all-time high and people were taking profits, people were desperate and speculating on the next altcoin to go up in value. Everybody knew everyone else has a lot of money in their pocket, so that increased the speculative demand on altcoins even more. It's fair to say this is going to be the case for next bull run. So although the Bitcoin halving event hasn't actually shown an increase in your altcoins or the crypto markets, it almost certainly will in the long run. It's more like building a skyscraper, but to build a skyscraper you need to set the foundations right, and then you start constructing upwards. That's kind of what the Bitcoin halving event is like. Not immediately bullish, but definitely bullish in the long term in theory. You know, we got two things going for the crypto market's favor: the Bitcoin halving event and inflation of fiat currencies. These are arguably the two biggest factors for why Bitcoin went from $0 to 70k plus as we saw recently. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and sub for more.